This is my EH-TW5500. I found this at the dump, believe it or not. And unfortunately, it doesn't work. It turns on, you get the Epson logo come up, and then it turns off immediately when you would expect it to go into the, I guess, the source mode or the menu section. Just from my experience of fixing TVs, I thought to myself that it would be the main board, because none of the buttons work. Even trying to turn it off with the power button at the top there doesn't do anything. So I took it to a tech, a projector mechanic, an Epson certified mechanic, this week actually on Monday, and I just said, mate, can you just tell me what the problem is and see if you can fix it? And anyway, I left it with him. I went back a couple of hours later and he said, it's your main board. And I went, oh, okay, yep, thought so. And he said, basically, there's a port at the back here, this one there, you connect your computer to that, and it's like a diagnostic. And he said he tried to connect it and it didn't even register. So he said, it's your main board, because all these inputs, they're obviously connected to your main board. So he had the top off when I was there, and I got to have a quick look inside, and there's quite a few like really important looking chips, like memory chips. So I thought to myself, if I think about this like a say a TV perspective, I've actually had a lot of TVs where you get a similar type of thing where the inputs don't work or it just won't turn on. And the deal is that it gets pretty hot from the backlight to the TV, that a lot of the time it can dry out the solder joints that are holding these chips on. So I thought to myself, just as a last resort, maybe, because I'm not going to damage it anymore, maybe I should try and reflow this main board, or at least the chips. And that's what I thought I'd do just quickly. And if it doesn't work, and I'm not expecting that it will, honestly I don't think it will, then I'm going to buy a new projector. It'll be a temporary projector. I'm going to get the EH-TW5600, which is it's pretty good. I've never seen a bad review on it yet. But yeah, like if I turn this on, the only way I have to turn it on here at the main power switch, then up here, I'll just hit that, and you can see the temporary dodgy sheet screen that I've got at the back there. The Epson logo comes up, and the reason the Epson logo came up was the only thing that was kind of throwing me a little bit. Why, if it's the main board, why that would even work? And the tech told me that there's actually two boards in this projector, and there's the other board is the board that controls this Epson logo, and it's just a chip on this secondary board. And he said that's not the main board, so that makes a lot of sense. So that basically just gets brighter and brighter, and there you go, it just turns off when it should switch over to the main. So I can't even turn the printer off, sorry, not the printer, the projector off, just by holding this down. It's not going to do anything. The only way to turn it off, and none of these buttons on the side do anything, not that I would be able to tell because the screen's off, but yeah, the only way to turn it off is with the main switch. So that's what I thought I'd do, is just as a last resort, try to reflow some of the chips on there, and I might quickly do that now. I saw the way he undid this, and he took this apart, and he said it's the easiest projector in the world to actually get apart. So I'm going to quickly undo it, pull out the little hot air gun that I've got, which is like a soldering hot air gun, and just tickle them up a little bit, and I'll turn it on without putting it back together, and I'll see if it does anything. But if it doesn't, I'll just put it back together, and I'll wait until I find a main board, because these projectors are incredible. Apparently, it's I think this projector cost about $4,500 when it came out in 2010, full 1080p. It's got the vertical and horizontal lens shift and you know, your zooms and all of that kind of stuff. So you know, even if it did work though, it wouldn't be bright enough to light up that 170-inch screen that I have down there. But it would be good enough for me to use temporarily until I got this whole cinema sorted and yeah, get a decent projector to light it up. I think it's only 1600 lumens or 1500 lumens. I'm not sure, but that I think it gives you 15 foot lambits of light on a 170-inch screen if it's 0.7 gain, which is what this temporary screen that I'm going to be building will be. But yeah, let's pull it apart and get some hot air in those chips, see if it's going to do anything. And if it doesn't, I'm going to order one of these new EH-TW5600 projectors from the same guy who I took this to get sorted. He can actually get it. So I just tickled up one of the chips, that the one that's actually closer to the bulb that will get most of the heat. So I'll just turn it on and just see if that's done anything, and then I'll attack the two others that I can see that may be you know, the problem. Not feeling confident, but you never know. Nope. I was having a bit of a trouble getting this to turn on. I thought, oh, I've really fried it, but turns out there must be a switch there, so you have to put the cover on there to turn it on. So fair enough. So that didn't work. I'm just going to try these two here, and if no good, that's okay. I'll know that I can go out and buy another one, a temporary one. So if you're wondering why I tested that, and then I tested the machine, and then I'm testing each chip individually, it's so that if it just in case did turn on, that at least I know which chip it was that needs tickling up every now and then. So that's the reason behind that. And if you're wondering why I keep touching this to that, it's just to make sure that there's still heat coming out of this blowtorch soldering iron, because it is actually broken. Normally you could actually just use it without, you can see me every now and then topping it up, and you should be able to use it for over an hour or so before you have to top it up. But yeah, for some reason, whenever I actually turn the torch this way, like you would normally use it, it just, yeah, it conks out if it's too full. But if you just have a little bit in there, it works great. So at the moment, until I get to look at this and work out what the hell's going on, I don't use it that much anymore. So it's not a big deal. But every time I do TVs and I have to do this to a TV to get it going, it literally works 100% of the time when I'm doing it, you know, this reflow. But yeah, I just do what I'm doing right now. And yeah, it works well. So these things are about $200. Like, I don't want to buy another one, considering I don't use it very often. So yeah, there must be a switch in here when you put this cover on that it's like disables the kill switch, so you can't actually power it up without the cover on, which is oh, what's this? Oh, there you go, that's it there. The projector guy who looked at this the other day said it was one of the cleanest, well looked after machines he's ever seen. He said the LCD panels or something, I'm not sure what they were, but he said they're in perfect condition. So he said, you know, if you can get a board for it, it's like a new machine. It's been really well looked after. Anyway, he said he would keep an eye out. He said that he sees these come in every now and then with broken LCD panels, or, you know, crucial parts that you just can't replace. They blow holes in them, and he said, I'll get you a board. He said it might take a few months, which to me, oh man, that's awesome. If he can do that, 3 months isn't very far away. But for now, I really want a projector to mess around with. So I'll buy the EH-TW5600. It's a lot brighter than this machine. The black levels definitely aren't as good, but it'll do until I've finished my cinema, and then I'll go out and spend some real money on a real machine, a really good machine I should say, or at least a 4K. I'm hoping that Epson's pulled their finger out and got a 4K machine happening by within the next 12 months, or, you know, 18 months for sure. But having said that, I might just hold on to that next machine that I'm going to buy next week. That's going to be used in there temporarily. I'll just hold on to that until 4K comes down, because it's a really good machine. Apparently it's got the best reviews, and it's bright, you know, it's 2500 lumens. This one here is 1500 lumens. It wouldn't have even, I wouldn't have even got 15 foot lamberts on the screen. I think that's what you call them, foot lamberts, FL. And apparently the minimum is 16. That's what you get in the cinemas, the public cinemas. So yeah, we'll see. It'd just be nice to see something on that screen that I'm going to build the temporary screen, because at the moment I'm using this bloody awful sharp projector, DLP projector, which has got a really nice picture and it looks pretty decent, but it's got all these little white lights on it. It's I mean, you can actually see the pixels are turning white, which is basically, apparently this chip, the DLP chip, is just made up of all of these mirrors, thousands and thousands of mirrors, and when they, you know, die, they actually stay open, these mirrors, and you get these little white lights all over your screen, and I've just got thousands of them now. But I'm not complaining. I found that at the dump anyway. So, but it was good. Like, I could just not even bother buying a machine until I get the good one. Eventually, in a couple of years, or a year and a half, or a year, that sharp will have served its purpose, because it's good enough where I can go, yeah, that picture's fine there. I can move my seats back this far and be happy with the picture. You can see the size of the picture using that projector, even though it looks shit with all the little white lights everywhere. It would have served its purpose, but you know, because I set that up and I saw the potential, I was like, oh man, I want a good projector now. I want to actually watch the movies, even though the cinema's not ready. So, and that's the reason I'm trying to fix this one, which isn't going to work, but it's worth a shot. I'd hate to fix, you know, buy another projector and then buy a temporary projector and then plug this one in after I've messed around with it and it actually worked. That would kind of shit me. But at least I'm ruling this out. But yeah, if I could find a main board, this would be an easy thing to fix. Although if that fella, the Epson repair guy finds one, I'll just give it to him and pay him to do it. Anyway, that's going to do me. I'm just going to turn this on and see that it doesn't work, and if it does, fantastic, but it's not going to. But it's worth a shot. Okay. Okay, lights off. Nope. Worth a shot. Alright, so that was, it wasn't a waste of time, but it was worth a try. So I'm going to put this back together, and I am going to order another one. So that's exciting. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Listen, before I button this up, I thought I'd be stupid not to take some close-up footage of this thing. I mean, I did take a few photos when he had it open the other day. But there's nothing like a thorough video of it. As well, the other day I found a bulb. It was an Epson box and inside had a projector bulb. And it said ELP-LP49 on it. And I looked it up, and apparently it's a bulb for this exact machine. Well, it covers this machine at least. And the bulb looked brand new, like it was thoroughly packaged. It took me a while to pull it out, so I've got it here. This is what I found. And apparently the bulbs for this projector, the guy told me that they cost a fortune, the original ones. They're like a few $100, $300 or $400. So just before I put this away, I'm going to open this up and just see if it physically looks the same. But yeah, how cool is that? I found a bulb. Alright, so no, it's pretty difficult to do this with one hand. Man, this is impossible. Hang on, I've got to set you over here for a second. Okay. Let's have a look at this. So this here, I guess, so that's the bulb. I'll just sit that there. Well, physically it looks identical. It says 160 watts to 200 watts on this one here. This one up here, it says the exact same thing. So I don't know if bulbs are, most bulbs look similar all the time, but this is quite possibly a good working bulb. Although this seems to be missing a piece from here, whereas that one down there I think is covered. Oh no, it's not missing as well. So this looks like it's the same type of bulb. Oh, hang on a second. Maybe it's a used bulb, because that there, that's kind of got a bit of browning on it. So I'd imagine that would happen with heat. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Groovers, that's it for this video. We proved that this machine isn't going to be an easy fix, and that was the main idea. I'd hate to go out and spend $1,000 like I'm about to on a projector, a temporary projector, and just, you know, knowing that I've got this really cool projector here that's 10 times better, and it could work just by, you know, if I maybe tickle up a couple of chips with a bit of hot air. But we just proved that that's not the case. That's not going to be an easy fix. I do need a main board for this projector, and I'll wait until old mate at Epson Projector Service Centre comes through, or at least maybe I'll find one online. Having said that, I want to thank you all for joining me here at home, trying to fix up some old junk. But yeah, don't you hate it when people throw out stuff that doesn't work? Anyway, hopefully we'll have better success on the next one. Catch you later.